Can y'all hear me? Is that good? Yes? Yes. All right. I did some really cool things while I procrastinated for this talk tonight. I gave away or donated my beloved Volvo to a public radio station, and I ate a whole lot of chocolate, and I scrolled through Lady Gaga's status updates on Facebook, hoping for some inspiration. I took this self-portrait with my very cute son 5 weeks after I gave birth. I wanted to celebrate body diversity. I live in a culture that shames the body of a mother if she doesn't bounce back. I needed to make some sort of documentation and art of what I was experiencing. So I asked my partner to help me gather our 5-week-old son. And we drove to the studio. We set up the lights in silence, and our son was napping on this pile of blankets on the floor. It was really sweet. I unfolded my tripod. I placed my awesome Nikon D3, and I reluctantly undressed to reveal this source of shame, my precious naked body. It wasn't really fun to do this. It was, I was totally scared. My lips were quivering. I felt old. I felt fat. I felt ridiculous. I felt more naked than I had ever felt before, even though I've taken, if you follow me on Facebook, I take lots of nude self-portraits before I had given birth. The thing is, body shame was nothing new to me. When I'd been a prisoner to this scale since I was 10 years old. And as a teenager, I couldn't look in the mirror unless it was by candlelight or unless I was squinting my eyes and kind of blurring my vision so that I didn't see the acne on my face. Fast forward 18 years, and my body was refusing to let go of the 50 pounds that I had gained. And that single fact could have completely paralyzed me with my history of self-loathing. But instead, amazingly, it became a source of inspiration in my life's work. As you know, my name is Jade Beall, and I'm a mother, I'm a dance teacher, and I'm a photographer. And I specialize in truthful photographs, untouched, unaltered, unphotoshopped, to facilitate empowerment and a deep sense of worthiness. I posted this photo on my website, wanting to, like I said, celebrate body diversity, and apparently a whole lot of women resonated with it. Within a day, hundreds of emails were in my inbox, stories from all over the world. Women wanted to thank me for showing them a photograph that somehow resembled their own or their mother's or their aunt's. And they said they wanted to be photographed too and share their body story as well. So I realized there was this body of work waiting to be created. There was this desire to explore vulnerability as a collective and feel good in our own skin. It was super exciting. I started photographing women that were emailing me. I had never met them before, most of them. I didn't want to know what they looked like. I wanted to resonate with them through their stories that they were sending. So my partner and I created a media platform and a series of books that I have called A Beautiful Body Project. The first book is praising the body of all mothers. All mothers. I'm also working on one for women embracing aging and finding freedom from feeling invisible and reclaiming that awesomeness which is authentic to each one of us. Industries and media have been curating images of women for decades, with this unconscious suggestion that beauty is exclusive. Imagery is powerful. And while altered photographs of a singular body type, skin type, hair type are undeniably beautiful, so are truthful photographs of women, just as they are. Through these hundreds and then thousands of emails that I was receiving from women all over the world, I learned that shaming the body of a post-birth woman who has not bounced back was not just an American media pastime. It happened in the UK, in Finland, in Spain, Australia, New Zealand, Brazil, Colombia, Mexico. They were emailing Canada. They wanted to share their stories. There was this very strange collective of stories that seemed very similar, of women writing to me that their husbands had left them weeks after their son was born because he was appalled by her ruined body and her deflated breasts. Other collection of women had a similar story, that they were left with stretch marks and a mother's body to remind them every day of what could have been had their child survived. Another woman wrote me from Bisbee, Arizona, how she thought her family was so much more beautiful before she was born because she perceived her dark skin and her curly hair as unbeautiful. But then through her own daughter has learned how to find herself gorgeous. A man from Kenya wrote me one morning to thank me for helping him understand what his wife was going through, and to help him expand his own concept of what beauty truly can be. Another woman emailed me this awesome 10-page email about how she had felt brainwashed for years because she thought she needed external sources to feel beautiful and to have fixed what wasn't broken, and that her husband told her every day that she was beautiful, but she did not believe him. She said by chance, she happened upon one of my photographs of a mother's belly with her children snuggling up against it. And she says she was snapped out of her haze and started right then and right there the practice of feeling irreplaceably beautiful. Because you can do a lot more with your life when you feel good about yourself. War is ugly. Human trafficking is ugly. Poverty and homelessness are ugly. The thought that a preteen girl has learned through her peers and media that perhaps she should turn to an eating disorder so that she becomes thin and socially accepted is ugly. The body of a post-birth woman, the wrinkles of a 65-year-old woman, the budding and transforming body of a preteen, and the sprinkles of pimples on a very fragile and vulnerable teenager deserve no other adjective except beautiful. I'll leave you with this, a little challenge, one that I use every single day. Next time you look in the mirror, or next time you see a photograph of yourself, try to see and say 1 or 2 or 10 wonderful things about yourself, instead of feeling defeated by what we've been trained to perceive as imperfect. Especially vocalize the self-praise in front of your sister, in front of your brother, in front of your son, in front of your daughter, in front of your niece and nephew and your grandchildren. They are watching us. They do what we do. And if you want to take it a step further, use that praise with those around you. It's much more empowering to elevate people than to put them down, as we have been told that we should do. Our children are watching us. They'll do what we do. I personally do not want my son to waste years of self-loathing like I have. I don't want to see his friends do it either. I want them to live the life they were born to live, empowered. I take great wisdom from nature. It always reminds me of how to stay present and how to show up just as I am. A sequoia tree does not wonder if she is magnificent or not, with her lumps and her bumps, or her smooth or rough skin, or her tall or short trunk. She is completely confident that there is no other like her, and that her preciousness adds to the beauty of the surrounding forest. You are beautiful. Thank you.